So I'm literally running out the door. I need to go get a fresh cut. I need to go to the banks. I need to handle non-YouTube type business. I have my coffee at hand and I'm going down the stairs. I look down at my phone and I say, wow, Wejo is up 30% pre-market. And I'm like, what the F is going on? Wejo, as you know, is a SPAC of Palantir that I cover. I'm one of the few YouTubers that actually covers Wejo consistently, along with Lilium. And Wejo's up and I'm like, I have to go make a video. I did not read the article yet. I saw there's an article about Wejo and Ford. Let's read it together and understand the capabilities and understand the utility and understand the possible partnership that Wejo has with Ford. Wejo and Ford to leverage connected vehicle data across Europe to enable end-to-end users, end-to-end insurance offerings. Guys, this is very, very important, and all I want you to think about is Tesla. Tesla has these insurance capabilities, and Tesla is offering insurance, I believe, in half the states of the United States for Tesla drivers. So Tesla is actually providing insurance, which is a large market for Tesla. They do this because they have tons of data from their cars. Every Tesla that's on the road, you have data, how quick you drive, how slow you drive, how quick you make a turn, and weather conditions in your actual location. Well, Wejo collects over 20 times, 20x the amount of data that Tesla does. So now Wejo allows a car manufacturer or a car insurance company to essentially be kind of like a Tesla. Not a Tesla self-driving, but kind of like a Tesla, and they can have near real-time data. I believe it takes 1 to 3 seconds for you to get the actual road data right now from the sensors and the relays that Wejo uses. Let's read on. Wejo Group Limited, a global leader in smart mobility, cloud, and software solutions for connecting electric and autonomous vehicles data, today announced a collaboration with Ford Motor Company. Woo! In Europe, which gives Wejo access to personalized connect vehicle data from Ford vehicles across the continent. This supports the provision of data and insights to insurance providers and leverages users-based intelligence for end-to-end insurance. Insurance providers, in turn, can leverage the data to better understand driving behaviors and to drive efficiencies, including by minimizing fraud. And I quote, providing actionable data insights to insurance providers is another example of how Wejo is expanding into additional markets and demonstrating new use cases for OEMs and insurance companies to monetize connected vehicles data for good. And CEO founder Richard Barlow says, we will continue to work with partners like Ford and other vehicle OEMs to look beyond insurance to identify all use cases for connected vehicle data. This is super important because people don't understand a path to profitability for Wejo. People don't understand why Wejo has all of this data, all of these connections. What the heck is the point? Well, this is a huge use case where they can sell their data to insurance companies. Insurance companies will gladly pay for this data because whatever they're paying to get the data, this data is going to help them reduce fraud, possibly reduce premiums, but probably not because they want a lot of money, and better suit the clients that are getting insurance. Fraud is a big deal. It's estimated that in the United States, $400 to $700 is the additional premium that you're paying in your insurance as a regular insurance holder for fraud, for car insurance fraud, people faking accidents, people faking injuries, so on and so forth. So if they can reduce the amount of fraud through this data analytics software, well, then hopefully your premiums are going to go down because of this fraud, because they're going to reduce the amount of fraud. And companies will gladly pay for this because they don't mind reducing your premium because they're going to make more money in their pocket. If you're paying $400 to $700 extra in these premiums, I promise you they're never going to reduce it by $400 to $700, but they might reduce it by $100 to $200 and pocket the change. Guys, and if you're feeling this type of information and this type of coverage on Wejo that most people are not covering, please think about giving me a subscribe down below. And if you do subscribe, hit me up with a comment. And I promise you in return for your subscription, I will answer any questions and I will 100% respond to any comments that you give me down below. Just say, hey, Adam, I subscribe, shout out. Thank you so much. As part of the collaboration, Wejo leverages Ford end-to-end data constant process through which the insurance company gains consent from the consumer to access the personalized vehicle data such as vehicle location, speed, and mileage. Once provided, the consent is then passed back to Ford through Wejo to release the data for analytics and insight. The connected vehicle data is then passed back to the insurance to establish usage-based end-to-end car insurance policies that are appealing to consumer based on their safe driving and limited mileage. Graham Stephan, manager third-party enablement at Ford of Europe, said, and I quote, "At Ford, we believe in the power of harnessing connected vehicle data through the insights of our vehicle, and customers can provide us with full consent. We are able to better understand driving behaviors and ultimately make the insurance experience a much more tailored and cost-effective experience for our customers. We want to continue to demonstrate how through connectivity we are able to make the driving experience across Europe better." The partnership focuses on defined data sets created specifically for end-to-end insurances. These data sets, coupled with Wejo's broad range of capabilities and experience in interpreting history and real-time connected vehicle data, including over 76.7 billion journeys, 76.7 billion journeys to collect from approximately 13 million connected vehicles, create an opportunity for deep insights and understanding, as well as furthering its promise of data for good. They have a lot more cars that are connected through Wejo than Tesla has cars. I know it's an unfair comparison. I'm just giving you an understanding of the scope of how big Wejo is. Like Palantir, when you connect to enterprise like Palantir, it allows you to compete with the big boys. It allows you to be an Amazon. It allows you to be a Microsoft. It allows you to be a Google in some way, shape, or form. And I'm talking about the cloud business. Well, that's what Palantir allows us to do. Well, Palantir invested in Wejo. Wejo uses Palantir Foundry, and Wejo has its own system of data analytics. Now, Wejo, like Palantir, allows companies to be somewhat like a Tesla through the data analytics of their sensors, because most cars don't have these built-in sensors, and if they do, it's very limited. Well, Wejo now allows you to connect the car and you have all of this additional data. Now, this data can be used by the actual car manufacturers, or this data can be used by third parties like insurance companies. That's why this deal is so important, so people can understand how Wejo has a path to profitability. And I quote, "What sets Wejo apart from other data suppliers working in this space is that Wejo has a much better, broader perspective about how, where, and when connected vehicles data can be utilized across multiple areas of business," said Matt Billock, Senior Vice President of Dealer and Insurance Solutions at Wejo. And I quote, "Our experience in real-time traffic monitoring, edge processing, and vehicle movement allows us to see the bigger picture so that we can help organizations see the value they can achieve by tapping into the CVD." Guys, CVD is literally Wejo's system. It stands for Connected Vehicle Data. Let's take a look at the stock real fast. Now, Wejo is holding its lead. Right now, it's around 9.8%. Earlier it was 30% pre-market. It definitely came down a little bit. Let's take a look at the stock market in general. How we doing? All right, Palantir, I see you. How you doing? 2%. You see, I just logged in and Palantir went from under 2% to over 2%. Why? I'm the #1 Palantir channel out there. Nah, let me stop. Guys, honestly though, this is great if you're a Wejo holder. I am a Wejo holder. I do hold it in my public stock portfolio that I have for the Patreon group. Wejo is a monster that people don't know about, people don't understand. Now, Wejo could go bust. It could go bust. But if it doesn't go bust, there is a huge use case for Wejo. And by them partnering up with Ford and able to sell their information to insurance companies, that's going to be huge. That's going to be big. And remember, after Europe, there's South America, there's America, Africa, Asia, so on and so forth. There's a lot of different continents. There's a lot of different places where Wejo can be useful. But all investing is risky investment. I'm not a financial advisor, purely entertainment and educational purposes only. Thank you so much.